Mm. Yes. All right, we are live, back in action. The NFL season may be done, but we're still here for the football and the fun. Welcome into another live edition of the Third and Three podcast, where you can find us here live every Wednesday evening. The show is proudly presented by the Sports Column in conjunction with the Third and Three podcast. Speaking of the website, Third and Three will be hosting a major March Madness bracket that we want you to join. The winner will receive a prize yet to be revealed, and of course, it's free to join. We'll keep you updated on all that. But let's welcome back the talented, tantalizing, trustworthy, tricky Nikki Gist. What's happening?
Hi, I'm back. Did you guys miss
me? Of course. Kidding? What are you kidding? LA did a great job, but you were always missed.
He did do a good job.
You're always missed. Absolutely. So welcome back. Thank you. We're glad that the boss is back in the house. And we got our clever, comical, creative head coach, Mr. Damian Adams, the real deal. What's up?
What's happening, man? I love the introductions, man. I don't know if you just go and look up the whole C section of the dictionary or what.
Whatever comes to my stupid mind.
But you always kill it, man. I love it.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. That's what I'm here for. My brother and my sister. I just want to make you guys happy. If I can do that, I'm happier. All right. We are unhappy that the NFL season is over, but the offseason has begun, and every team is looking at their bank account, their salary cap, the players they're going to offer contracts to, the other ones they're going to offer the door, free agents, time to start doing homework for the NFL draft, the combine. So the offseason is on, baby. And as we get closer to the draft, we're going to go over our team needs, every team needs, all 32 teams, then make our official picks and have you guys join us as well also in making your picks. First round mock NFL drafts, 3rd and 3. We're going to be doing it all. So once April rolls around, we'll have that up. And once the March Madness 68-team tournament bracket is set, that will be up on 3rd and 3. Again, free to join. Join up. Let's have some fun. Let's see who's going to win. And let's see who brings home the prize, baby. So that should be some fun, guys, huh?
Yes, sir. I'm about to pick all the teams with the dope colors in their uniforms. That's how I'm going about it this year.
I like that. You know, whichever team has the most uniforms. Some crazy ass uniforms too they got there. But you know what? Yeah, March Madness is always great. And I don't know if I'll be safe and go all chalk this year or just go off the wall. I have no idea. Do a Michael Jackson and go way off the wall. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, we got a lot to look forward to. But stuff making news as we bring back neighborhood news, all right, was a staple of the show for a long time. But damn, we couldn't fit it in with all the stuff we were talking about going on for like 2.5 hours without breathing. So let's take a breath and get into it. All right. Over the weekend, the big story was Juwan Howard and Greg Gard, the coach of Michigan, Juwan Howard and Greg Gard, of course, of Wisconsin. So Wisconsin's beating them down. D, you know, Nikki, you know, you've seen the story. They're winning the game. Michigan's playing full court press, and Wisconsin, maybe Greg Gard's like, you know what, screw this. I'm going to take a timeout, you know, for whatever reason, yada, yada. We see what goes on. Now the handshake line comes, which we're going to get into in a minute. And Juwan Howard kind of walks past Greg Gard, and Greg Gard shouldn't have put his hands on him like that. I mean, it was delicate, if you want to say that, but nevertheless. So he stops him in his tracks. They get into it, heated, you know, conversation, hands, you know, on each other a little bit here and there. And then we all saw what happened when all of a sudden that assistant head coach, and I forgot his name, I'm sorry, runs over out of nowhere, D. And, you know, Juwan Howard throws the BS on him. You know what I'm talking about. You know, it was closed fist for a minute, but then he opened it up at the very end. So he gave him the BS, and that was obviously causing a melee and mad problems. And now he's been suspended for the last 5 games of the season. I get it. You know, you got to set an example for your kids. But we'll get into first what you think of that situation. And then I want to get into the handshake line business. So, D, what did you think when you saw that? And what was going through your head, initial thoughts, and the suspension that they gave him?
Yeah, I knew he would get suspended for sure.
Yeah.
You, as the coach, especially the head coach, you can't set that example for the kids or the young men playing, right? Like, no matter how offended you are by what another coach did, you can't put your hands on somebody else. We can't have that happen. We know that can't be allowed. So I have no problem with the 5-game suspension. I actually think that's perfect. 5 games, set an example, but he'll be back for the tournament of the conference tournament and also the big tournament. So I think that's perfect. Also, with the, like, people are saying that he punched him. It was more of a mush. Yeah. Open hand up and just pushed his face like, get away from me. You see how big I am? You see what I could do to you with this big ass thing that I have right here? Get away from me. I will destroy you. That's what it more was, a warning of what I could do to you. It wasn't a punch. But again, you still can't have that happen. I understand him being upset by the situation because you're up 15. There's no need to call a timeout with 15 seconds left. At that point, you're rubbing it in. You're doing way too much. You have us beat. Let the game end. They're playing full court because we're trying to show our team something. Maybe we're working on something for the next game. But you don't call a timeout in that situation. So I definitely see why he was upset. But again, you can't put your hands on anybody. So I think 5 games was fair.
Yeah, it's like one of those unwritten rules. You know, you don't call a timeout when you're up by 20 points with, 13 seconds left in the game. In a weird way, I understand why he did it, because maybe he was trying to and I'm not saying I condone it. Maybe he was trying to, I don't know if he was trying to show up Juwan Howard by doing that, or if he was saying, you know what, you're going to play this crap, I'm going to play it right back with you. But either way, Juwan Howard can't do that. Everything up until that point, I think that there would have been no suspensions. It would have been, okay, just a heated debate, a heated battle. But that dude coming in out of nowhere, maybe it took Juwan Howard off guard and he was like, oh, shoot, I got to defend myself. I don't know. But regardless, Nikki, you can't be doing that stuff. You're an example. Look, you're a Michigan alumni. You're part of the Fab Five. I mean, you are historical in that place. So him getting that job is obviously a huge thing. And players are going to want to go there because of him. They had a great year last year, not so good this year. And maybe that was some boiled up frustration. I don't know. But regardless, can't be doing that. But I don't take any blame away from the Wisconsin head coach, Greg Gard. He kind of got up in him, and stirred him up a little bit. And after you lose a game like that, you ain't happy.
Yeah, listen, don't come up in my space and I'm not going to come up in your space, right? Don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me. I think we all try to be as professional as we can in our workplace settings and just in general, right? Your reputation's on the line. Everybody's got their phone ready to record you at any second. But listen, if you're going to come at me and then somebody's going to come flying around the other side, just don't get in my space. Don't get in my face. Don't put your hands on me and we'll be all right. You know, as the housewives say. Don't want none, don't start none.
Don't mess with the housewives, man. Watch the hell out. Back off.
That's my favorite part of the show is the opening little lines they have.
Yeah.
The little clever things they do.
Yeah.
You guys in your reality TV. My goodness. Married life. That's what it's about, right? Reality TV.
If you don't want this lesson, don't come at the teacher.
That's a great tagline. That's a great
It's all little taglines like that. So I always find those entertaining when I watch those with my wife.
One day when I am on Real Housewives of New Jersey, I will have you.
Love it.
Well, you know what, Jay? It crosses over into sports because Tiki Barber and his wife are on this season.
Oh, all right.
That's how my wife tried to get me to watch it. She was like, "Oh, didn't he play football?"
Yeah, right. It's like she snakes you right in like that, right?
Yes, exactly. And Atlanta, the early seasons, they had a lot of
I know they had the former Atlanta Falcon on there.
Yeah, NFL wives, and they've had Falcons, and so there's some crossover.
You know what? I'm just when you mentioned Tiki Barber, I thought of Rondé Barber also immediately. When you're twins and you got a girl that's got to be weird, man, because you got to be looking at the brother well, he's handsome too. So, it's kind of weird because they look exactly alike.
I never thought of that.
It's strange, man. I don't know. I'm glad I ain't got no twin and have to deal with any of that sort of stuff. So that's great.
It would have to be weird, but I feel like if you're with somebody so long, they wouldn't be able to see immediately the difference. And then personality would be, the personality also would just come through. You'd be like, okay, this is why I'm with this person.
Yeah. Well, if you don't see the difference, then you shouldn't be with that person to begin with. All right. Yeah, you should be able to see it pretty damn quick.
I wonder if there was ever a slip up.
When you ever see Friends, Ursula and Phoebe, forget about it. There's been slip ups all the time, man.
I did have a friend in the Navy who said he came in the house one time. His wife's a twin. Came in the house one time, saw his wife, what he thought was his wife, bent over in the refrigerator, slapped his sister-in-law on the butt.
Oh,
no.
Hey, there you go. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to have, they gotta wear name tags, man. That's it. They gotta wear name tags.
When she turned around, he knew us right away. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
As soon as he slapped, he's like, wait, that's not my wife's booty. You realized immediately, it's like, not leaving the same handprint, damn it. Shit.
Yeah, right.
We all come to our realizations. Well, speaking of slapping, we just went over that, but how about the handshaking? All right. Now, people have been debating that, and it's all because of what happened with Wisconsin and Michigan. The handshake thing, all right, let's think about it. In baseball, they shake their own team's hands. In basketball, they kind of like go up to each other at the end of the game. Same thing with football. You kind of pick and choose. You usually go to like your counterpart team, right? Like the QB goes to the QB. Maybe the wide receiver will go to the guy who's defending him all game, stuff like that, But in college basketball, they have the handshake line. And I like it because it shows sportsmanship, and that's what you want to teach these young kids, especially if they're going to become professionals. You want to teach them at a young age. But do you think in your mind, is it necessary?
Ooh, is it necessary? It's not necessary, but I think it's, like you said, it shows sportsmanship, and it's something that should be done. But if both coaches are like, we don't want to do it, like say it's Ohio State and Michigan, we know how much those schools hate each other.
Yeah.
And if it's really to that point where it can become physical, don't force it. Like, hey, you go your way, you go our way, good game. I can salute you from across the court. But I don't think it's necessary, but if I was a coach, I would implore my team to do it.
All right. That's fair. And I'm with you because, again, you want to teach these kids at a young age, you know what, win or lose or draw, whatever you want to call it, move forward, keep your head up. Everything's cool. Tell them a good game, even if you don't freaking mean it, and just move on. So I don't know, Nikki, what do you think? I don't like in professional sports. I don't see it as being a necessary thing or even something that you have to do. In hockey, I think they shake hands at the end of the game. I'm not even 100% sure about that. But in college sports, yeah, I do think it's something that should be more prevalent. So I get it. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I don't think it's necessary, at all. Why do you have to be sportsman? I don't know. I just think if I lost a heartbreaking game, the last thing I want to do is go shake your hand. If you're my rival, and I get it, it teaches you sportsmanship. I know, blah, blah, blah. But can we normalize just maybe I'm pissed off. I don't feel like talking to you. I don't want to shake your goddamn hand. I'm storming off. Why can't that be okay? I don't know. Sometimes it's going to happen. I think it's all right sometimes a melee breaks out. Maybe we're not shaking hands today.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding.
I get it. I totally understand it, but I think it's okay too if that maybe you don't have to do it every time.
I'm all right with that also. Like I said, like in football, you go to your counterpart or you go to the guy who's been guarding you all game in basketball or something like that. And, you have a handshake that you can pick and choose who you want to have a handshake with. Because if you got serious beef with somebody, then, you don't really need anything like that. Because
again, your hand. If I don't like you, I'm shaking your hand.
And again, these are kids though. You remember when you were 18, 19 years old, we didn't have the development we have now. Sometimes we think it's I can get away with something over here. There's not 98 cameras on you. But I don't know. I mean, I'm more for the handshake than not. But if they took it away, I wouldn't be upset. And it has nothing to do with this incident to me, guys. It really doesn't. I mean, like Nikki said, sometimes it's you lost a heartbreak or whatever, and maybe something went on in the court. You don't have to shake everybody's hand. I mean, I don't know. Isaiah Thomas walked right past Michael Jordan. I don't know what to tell you.
And we've seen things like this happen before, mostly with players, though, where a player may have a beef with another player because of a hard foul during the game. And wait for that handshake moment to try to attack them.
That's true.
I think we can avoid those issues by saying, okay, if we've seen something during this game where we know this could carry on beyond it, there's no need to have the handshake line, right? Like you said, there's no need for the line. That's really old school, having the line. If you want to go and do like the NBA, NFL does, and you've been guarding this guy all game, you respect him, hey, dap him up, good game, cool. Like Nick said, it's not necessary. And if you are mad, you have the right to be upset. But then that does carry over to professional as well. So I don't like guys who are front runners, right? So you win, you all ready to talk to the media. Everything is just to the max. But when you lose, you don't want to talk to anybody. I can't ask you a question. So being somebody who's been in the locker rooms, I've been a part of seeing people who when they win, oh man, great interviews.
Yeah.
I'm getting 4 or 5 questions in. It's great. When they lose, I'm getting one-word answers. It could be anything. Like, why is the sky blue? Yes. So literally, like anything you ask them is a one-word answer because they're upset because they lost. So I think that part of it, when you do turn professional, you need to be able to handle both wins and losses in the same way. Yeah. So for me, I would be like, if you're going to be that way when you win, you also got to carry that same energy when you lose.
I agree, because you're a professional. That's what I say. But professional is the key word right there. So you need to act accordingly. You know, now you're not looked at as a kid anymore. You're looked at as a young adult, and you know, upcoming and getting more intelligent and smarter, or whatever you want to call it, as time goes on. So, yep, I'm with you. Professional, different story. All right. Question for you guys, Nikki, you first, because you were all over them. Cincinnati Bengals, is Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow, Zach Taylor, and what that defense has been able to do, do you think that's enough to attract some free agents this offseason?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What, you don't think so?
Well, it's Cincinnati. No offense to Cincinnati, but there's not much to do, and it's cold as shit.
Oh, okay. Well, it's cold as shit here. No, actually, today it's 67. But, I mean,
whoa, really?
You know, what is the appeal to New York? I mean, you could say the same thing. The media sucks. The fans are brutal. The weather sucks. The income tax sucks. Property taxes, houses, not that most of the guys live here, but
it's the nightlife, baby. That's what it is.
Well, maybe when they lift some COVID restrictions, but yeah, I think like, hey, to go play with, you know, Joe Burrow, Ja'Marr Chase, that's a young team and they're going to be good for a long time. You know what? Weather be damned. I want to win a Super Bowl. I'm going to go where my chances are good.
All right.
I go to Jacksonville, like.
Well, nice weather there, but yeah, I mean, you go there just for the money, really, not to win any ball games or anything like that.
Yeah, you don't go to win; you go for 80-degree weather.
Yeah, and a nice paycheck. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's never been an attractor. We know they haven't been in the Super Bowl prior to this year since 1988. They have never been able to really get free agents over there. But then again, they haven't had a quarterback like Joe Burrow, Damian. So I guess players are going to want to go play there with him, but they already got T. Higgins and they got Ja'Marr Chase. I don't know how many more wide receivers they're going to bring in. And if that's like the catalyst to want to like go play over there, then they really may not get a bunch of free agents.
Yeah, wide receiver wise, they don't need to bring in anybody. So for them, it will be, can you bring in the big time offensive lineman?
Yeah,
whoever the big offensive lineman is in free agency. Can you bring him in? And honestly, it comes down to, are you willing to pay? That's the thing with Cincinnati. Cincinnati is known for historically being very, very cheap. So are they willing to pay the top guys to come in and to help this team continue to be Super Bowl contenders? Like we talked about a few weeks ago, the AFC is going to be very tough to get back to the Super Bowl as the AFC representative. Because you got the Bills, the Chiefs, the Ravens, when they get back healthy, are going to be a monster again. Like they have so many good teams in the AFC. You have to stay on top of your game and continue to get better. If that offensive line is still trash next year, they will not make it back to the Super Bowl.
No, I don't even know if they'll make it back to the playoffs, to be honest with you. Look, they were 10-17 this year. Like, that's a good record, don't get me wrong, but they were like basically a fringe team if you look at it, you know, all around. There was 9-8, there was 10-7. So, you know, they won that division almost by default, like we were talking about. So I don't know, Nikki. I hear you from the perspective of you want to go win football games, you want to win championships. Yeah, go over there if they're willing to pay. But yeah, D brings out a good point. They really haven't been willing to do that. And you know, what big-time free agents are going to come over there? Seemingly mostly on the defensive side, if not, again, the offensive line, because their skill positions are set. So I wonder who else.
They did pay Trey Hendrickson. The Saints couldn't pay him because, like I've been saying for years, we live in check to check for a while now.
Yeah.
We couldn't pay him. So they did pay Trey Hendrickson. They did pay a few other people. So maybe they are willing to pay that big-time offensive lineman to come there and protect Joe Burrow. And maybe the offensive lineman sees the way Joe Burrow gets down. They're like, okay, yes, we would love to pay for us to be able to protect him. I do apologize. It's still sunny out here, and I'm getting all the sun coming through my back.
No, you're coming through clear. It's like you got orbs around you. You know, you're an angel. You're an angel. That's what's up. All right. Well, we'll see. Free agency has started today, I think, actually, and it goes to March. Or I mean, you can start franchise tagging, and then March 8th is free agency and all this stuff. So yeah, we'll see what goes on. But as far as another quarterback and free agency and whatever you want to call it, I'm starting to think right now, guys, because we haven't seen Trey Lance a lot, That's funny. That was my team name.
That was your team name.
I not even mean to do that at all. That was completely unintended. I swear to God. That's weird. Wow. All right. So we haven't seen Trey Lance a lot, and we've seen what Jimmy Garoppolo can do, yada, yada. Trey Lance should be the starter going into next season, but I'm wondering, Nikki, is it a good idea to try to keep Jimmy G as the backup or let him go and see if somebody will take on that salary?
No, God, just let Jimmy G go, please. Just let him go. I think you've seen what you can see out of him, right? I feel like it's like, same thing with Daniel Jones. I mean, we're on like year 3 here. Like, I think we've seen all we need to see. Besides, apparently it's between him and Jameis Winston in Pittsburgh. So, I'm sure somebody will pick up Jimmy G. He would probably be a good backup. I think his time is done in San Francisco. I think it's time to move on.
I think he's going to be a starter somewhere, which is sad. And I agree with you. I am ready because, look, even if he is the backup going into next season, if we were able to work that out, Damian, I'm not cool with that because he's still not going to bring us to where we got to go. I mean, that's the bottom line. He's going to foul up at some point. So, yeah, let Trey Lance get all he can, everything, simplify the offense as much as you can in the first season, get him going. I would try, again, if you can get something for Jimmy G. I'm not sure really what they can get, D. I don't know. They're not going to get a first rounder for him. I mean, maybe a second if they're lucky, but more likely a third and a fourth, and and the next year following probably. So they're not going to get a whole lot for him, and they've been paying him a whole lot of money. But I don't know. Do you think they should keep him around?
No, I don't think you should keep him around. It's hard to keep the guy who was a starter, who was part of bringing you to a Super Bowl and a championship game as the backup. Like, that's a really tough situation, especially for a young guy like Trey Lance to have him behind him. So whenever Trey messes up, there will be fans that was like, hey, at least Jimmy G can get us there, right? I know he's not the best, but he can do that. So I think you have to bring in another backup. You want a quality backup. It's very important to have a quality backup just in case the starter does get hurt. But I think you got to let Jimmy G go. I don't think you get a second for him because I think you guys traded a second to get him. Yeah. And at that time, his value was higher than it is now. So I think you probably end up getting like a third or fourth maybe for him. Take that pick and just go on about your business. Pittsburgh might be willing to pay that for him because Mason, like they're reporting right now, if the season started, it'll be Mason Rudolph. That's not a good look. I would take Jimmy G over Mason Rudolph for sure. So, so if I'm in Pittsburgh, I'll take Jimmy G. And if that defense can get back to a high level like they were a couple of years ago, Jimmy G is a good guy to have there if they improve the offensive line and that running game can get going for sure with Najee Harris. So maybe Pittsburgh's willing to do that for you.
We'll see. Then again, I look at that Aaron Rodgers, Mike Tomlin wink a little bit. Yep, the forbidden word over there, the buzzword. I know we got to watch out for that. Got to watch out. All right, so we'll see what happens with that situation. But yeah, I would like to get a nice backup. But hopefully, I don't want to see whoever the backup is for the entire year because I would love Trey Lance to be rocking and rolling. Yeah. So he's a rookie quarterback from 2021. Who would be your number one guy in 2021 from the 2021 rookie class of quarterbacks that would probably shine this year, Nikki? So we got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, and Mac Jones. So you can even include Mac Jones if you want, because I know he was the best of them last year, but maybe he'll take a quantum leap. I'm just saying, So I don't know, Nikki, out of those 5, which do you think is going to take the biggest step up?
Well, I guess you could say probably Mac Jones. I mean, got to see what's going to happen in Jacksonville. I know there's supposed to be a lot of talent there. Different coach. I think Doug Peterson, probably the right fit, but I'm not ready to jump all in on that one. Justin Fields, I just feel like Chicago holds him back, right? Like it's not a great team. I feel like they're holding him back. So right now I would go with Mac Jones. And then Trey Lance, I just haven't seen enough. I just don't quite know. So I would default to Mac Jones for right now, February 23rd. We'll see. Our predictions aren't due till August. So
no, of course. We're speculating right now. We're just conversing. That's all. This means nothing. It ain't written in stone. It's not the 10 Commandments. That's for sure, D. So I think Trevor Lawrence is going to take a step forward. Doug Peterson is his head coach this year. I mean, look, he was the number 1 pick for a reason. I don't believe he's a bust. I think he's on a bad team right now, but he's got a full season behind him. Now he knows what to expect. I feel like he will get better and they'll win more games next year. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team by any means unless they do a smash job in free agency, but he would be my guy, Ding.
I'm gonna go with an outsider. I'm gonna go with Davis Mills.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm gonna go with Davis Mills to take the leap for the rookies. He had some moments last year. You see the game against Tennessee, the game against I was about to say San Diego, the Los Angeles. You see those two games, like, okay, he got some moments there. He found Brandon Cooks, so he's smart. He knows how to find his best receiver. So I can see him taking a big step forward under Lovie Smith, and maybe that organization is not as much of a joke as they were last year. We'll see. But I can see Davis Mills taking that leap and being a surprise guy for next year.
He did play better. He surprised me toward the end of the year. He was throwing some nice touch passes toward the sideline and stuff. I'm like, okay. I don't know if you got, when we were talking about our draft last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the 32nd pick because they won the Super Bowl. I thought Davis Mills was going to be their next guy up. Maybe they're, kicking themselves in the butt right now for that. But he did a good job.
Good they don't have anybody right now.
No,
they don't. Blaine Gabbert being the guy.
Yeah. Oh God.
When you start making excuses for Blaine Gabbert, things are going wrong.
I got a problem, man. That ain't no good. But I'll tell you, freaking San Diego Chargers. I'm just going to call them the Brandon Phaleys until this guy freaking learns how to freaking.
Oh man, you hate him. He's
awful.
Like I hate Aaron Rodgers.
He's awful. I hate him more because I was right about him from week one. I'm like, this guy sucks. He's just a child. Figure it out. But
you did call that.
Hopefully, he will get better. Anyway, we'll see. All right, so I love that Brian Flores was added to the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. You talk, that's as solid as you get of an organization. So I love the fact that he's there as a senior defensive assistant and linebackers coach. So he wants to be involved in football. And the lawsuit is still going on and everything, Nikki, but he wants to be involved in football. And Mike Tomlin's like, I want that dude on my staff. And I don't freaking blame him at all. I mean, you basically have a head coach as your assistant defensive head coach. I mean, he could bring so much to the table. I think it's a great move for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a fantastic move for Pittsburgh. I'm glad Brian Flores did get a job and that the lawsuit didn't, hinder any of that. I don't know if it's the job he wants, but I think he's going to fit great in Pittsburgh. And now Pittsburgh just needs a quarterback, an offensive line, talent, so baby steps.
Maybe they get Flores to play offensive line. Him and Tomlin probably could do a pretty damn good job, better than what they got right now. But I love the addition, Brian Flores. I believe he'll be a head coach next year. We'll see how this lawsuit thing works out. But somebody's going to pick him up next year in my mind, no doubt. And this is just him being able to be back in football and do what he loves.
Yeah, I look at this situation like an onion, right? It has layers to it. From Pittsburgh's side, it's amazing. I love that they hired him. It's an amazing hire for them to get, like you said, a head coach as an assistant coach, right?
Yep.
But from Brian Flores' side, it's kind of like a slap in the face, right? It's like you were a CEO and now they're asking you to be the customer service guy on the phone. Right? Like,
good analogy.
There were steps for this, and like he's overqualified for the job he has now.
Yeah.
And I hope that this hire wasn't an attempt to try to stop him from suing NFL. We need whatever's been happening to be exposed. We're not going to forget that the Giants had they got hired already before they even interviewed him. Like, we can't forget that. We can't let that slide. So we have to make sure that this doesn't get swept under the rug because he's now hired with an NFL coaching job. And I do hope that it does lead to head coaching opportunities in the future. But we have to make sure that this isn't a way to distract us from the real issue of him not getting a real opportunity as a head coach, knowing that he's fully qualified to do it. He's been successful as a head coach. And because he's exposing Miami for trying to tell him to lose games or try to pay him to lose games, and exposing NFL for doing these just shams of interviews for Black candidates, we have to make sure him getting a job doesn't distract or doesn't end the pursuit of making sure that other candidates are treated fairly.
It's very well said, man. And I don't think that it will, in my opinion. I think that this is just, again, him wanting to be just around the game of football. And I think that every NFL owner knows that this guy would be a great head coach for their team, whether they have a good head coach or not at this point. But that's a really interesting aspect to bring up. I don't think that Pittsburgh would hire him, especially the Rooney Rule comes out of Pittsburgh. That's why I say that organization is so solid and stable. And, like they're the ones that you look at as like a model franchise of the NFL for the most part. They've been around forever and all this stuff. So I don't think that Pittsburgh would do that. I know, Mike Tomlin wouldn't do that, and he's way too smart to let something like that slip under his freaking rug, man. You know what I mean? I don't think that he would allow that. But that's a really interesting thought. That's a very interesting thought. But no, I'm glad he's with Pittsburgh, and I know he's going to be head coach again. But we'll see what happens with the lawsuit. And yeah, hopefully, like you said, man, it is not a distraction. But I think that Brian Flores is too headstrong in a good way to allow that to happen. So they're going to make things happen. He's been on the news all over the place. He's going after it, and we're going to support him. A lot of people are going to support him. There's no question about it, no doubt. All right, let's see what else we got over here. Just to end it out real quick. Do you guys think that Russell Wilson's going to be out of Seattle this year? What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, I hope he's coming to New York.
I hear they want to see what Daniel Jones got, and Saquon Barkley for that matter. That's what Daboll's saying.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll see what he's got. Listen, if you don't have an offensive line, you got nothing. You can't run the ball. You can't throw the ball. I don't care who's behind there. If your quarterback is on his back the entire time, what do you expect him to do? It's not like we got Lamar Jackson back there who's going to take off and run. For Daniel Jones can't really run. You got to do like quarterback. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, he can run. He just can't run without falling.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Invisible lines.
That trip was like, he'll never live that down. That was so funny.
Never.
Yeah,
he was running
blood fumble for Mark Sanchez.
Yeah. Oh, the butt fumble's way worse. Let's not even get
butt fumble.
But that's just as awful as you get. It's like Jackie Smith dropping the touchdown in the end zone in the Super Bowl. But I don't know. Russell Wilson, I know he wants out of there. And I think that Seattle, D, is willing to part ways with him. It's just where? What do you think? Do you think that he's going to be out this year?
I can see it happening this year because they don't want to go into the next season with that distraction if he really wants to be out of there. Now, the thing is with him, the asking price is going to be high. So with Jimmy G, San Francisco is probably going to accept the 4th round. If they get a 3rd round, they'll probably jump for joy. With Russell Wilson, they're going to be like, we want 2 first rounders. We want a player. They're going to ask for the moon, the sky, the stars, everything.
Yeah.
So what team is willing to pay that price to get him? And he's sneaky gold. Like he's
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
He's a young pup anymore.
Yeah, he's not. He's no longer a spring chicken. So it's like, because you don't think about him that way because we have Tom Brady who just retired and Aaron Rodgers still playing at a high level and Big Ben who just retired. So you don't think of Russ as being older. It's like, no, he's not. He's not going to be the guy for the next 10 years for you. So how much are you willing to give up to get a guy who may only be at this level for the next 3 years?
And you would have to be. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say you have to be a team that's, like in a Tom Brady situation, Matt Stafford situation, ready to win right now. Because like you said, you're not bringing him in here for the long haul. You want to win within the next year or two if you bring in Russell Wilson, So it's got to be a team that's ready to do it. And, obviously we know the Saints would be one of those great spots, but they're in salary cap hell. So I don't know what the hell they're going to do. I think if he went to Denver, I think things would work out really well over there. And I think that he would do well in Pittsburgh. Like Nikki said, you got to protect the guy too. I mean, Jesus. So, but he really wants out of Seattle, man. And he's not, he ain't really being shy about it. So we'll see if something happens. But yeah, like after March 8th, we're going to start to see a lot of action going on. And that guy in Green Bay, number 12, we'll see what he finally does.
Oh my God. Who cares?
Man, I don't know, man. Indy's going to be moving off of Carson Wentz. It looks like they are not attached to him at all. Maybe Russ can end up in the AFC in Indy. I don't know. Maybe they can work something.
That would be a great situation if he ended up.
That would be fantastic.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Yes, that would be a fantastic situation. There's no, but they still, the Colts, if they want to be like really, really, really for real, like Michael Pittman Jr., I like him a lot as a wide receiver, but he's a number 2. He really ain't a number 1. Like they got to get another guy in there. If they can bring in Chris Godwin somehow, geez, that team could be a real contender next year. If they bring in those 2 guys, Russ Wilson and Chris Godwin, I don't know how the hell they're going to do it, but if they can, then that would be amazing.
I don't know. Devontae Adams could be a free agent.
Yeah, they're going to franchise his ass, man. They're going to franchise.
They're going to franchise him for sure.
Yeah, they're not you don't let a wide receiver like that go. You pay him whatever the hell he wants. I mean, to me, he's the best in the game. I mean, people say DeAndre Hopkins and Cooper Kupp this year, but if I had my pick, I'd take Devontae Adams over everybody. That's just
he's definitely up there. I was in a Twitter Spaces the other day. They were talking about the top 5 wide receivers. I had Cooper Kupp at number 1 just because the season he had was so ridiculous. And I could see him having another, like, not this level, but I could see him going from 1,900 to 1,700 yards, which would still be great.
Exactly.
So if it's between Cooper Kupp Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, you can put in there as well. But with Tyreek, I don't know if he's as good if he doesn't have that special guy throwing him the ball. So that's the question with Tyreek.
That's interesting.
There's a few guys. The NFL is really talented wide receiver right now. Justin Jefferson had over 1,600 yards last year.
Yeah, man. 2 great years in a row to start off his career. Wow.
Yeah. That's something that's really going under the radar because Minnesota hasn't been as good, but that dude's amazing. Yeah, so there's a lot of guys. Brandon Cooks, I mentioned earlier, he's extremely underrated as a wide receiver. Yeah. He produces no matter who it is. Jared Goff, Davis Mills.
Yeah.
he's still producing. That dude's amazing. So there's wide receiver heavy right now in the NFL.
Man, Brandon Cooks, he's played for more teams than they actually have in the NFL right now. I mean,
he's not, that's the thing. He's not a bad teammate. Good.
Right? I mean, he was on the Houston Oilers at one point.
It's crazy because he produces everywhere he goes. Like I still have a Brandon Cooks Saints jersey in my closet right now. Like,
how about that? There you go. Okay.
Yeah, so he produces everywhere he goes.
Yes.
But for some reason, he just isn't appreciated enough to be a guy who sticks. I just don't get it.
I'm with you, man. I don't know. Is he a bad locker room guy? I haven't heard anything like that because it is weird. A guy of his talent to be all over the place. I mean, he was with the Rams, obviously, as we know. I mean, yeah, he just jumped around. He was with the Patriots for a hot minute.
Yeah,
crazy. What's up, Nathan? And speaking of the Patriots, yeah, J.C. Jackson is going to be a free agent. That guy is top 3 cornerback in the league this year, so they're going to have to pay some money for him. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be like asking for $15 million a year, probably, which is a lot of money for a cornerback, but he might be worth it.
If a cornerback can shut down one side of the field, or you can move him around to stick the best wide receiver, they're worth that $15 to $18 million that they're asking for.
I agree. Yeah, some team is going to be, oh, God, the 49ers can use him so bad. And you know what? We got room. We can actually, you know what? Go fucking get him. John Lynch, get J.C. Jackson right now. Solve half of our problems on the back end of the defensive side. That would be great. But, Nikki, real quick before we move on, wanted to ask you, besides the Giants Super Bowls, okay, all 4 of them, all right, all their championships they got, other than Giants Super Bowls, what was the best one you ever seen?
Oh, my God. I don't know.
Because you just think Giants, that's why. It's like Giants automatic.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know. I still, like, as long we've been doing this 2 years, you think I'd be a little more, like, balanced or, like, less biased, but No, I don't know. I'm sorry. Like 18 and choke. Like, how is that not the best? And we talk about improbable. Like, here's the thing. If Cincinnati won this Super Bowl, would everybody be like, oh my God, I'm so shocked? Like, yeah, a lot of people didn't give him a chance in hell. But like the fact that the Giants beat the Patriot, nobody, even I think D, it was just you, right? In high school, you like made a bet or something. What you did? Like, I was like, oh man.
First unpopular opinion.
Yeah, to win, but like I didn't think they would.
The 2007 one, I actually picked them to win because of the way they played the Giants the last game. But the 2011 one, I was like, oh man, like they did it again. I'm like, holy shit. So, all right, so you were just Giants bias all over the place.
I guess, or the Malcolm Butler play. I mean, that one was like, holy shit.
That was a very good Super Bowl.
It was.
Yeah, no.
Yes, with a great ending. No doubt about it. No doubt. Like we always look toward great endings, like maybe Arizona, Pittsburgh with Santonio Holmes doing his thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I think the most exciting, not the best Super Bowl, but the most exciting one I think I've ever seen was Philly Patriots with the Philly special. That was offense, boom.
How dare you? How dare you bring this up in my presence?
I can't please you in any way. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. Look, she's giving me the Juwan Howard mush right now. Look at
Feel that all the way from Jersey.
I felt it too. I felt it. I really did. Damn. I don't know. D, what about you? I mean, I know the Saints are your favorite one, obviously over Indy in 2009, was it?
Yeah.
2009. So other than that, you got one that pops in your head?
The one that comes to mind for me, you brought up the Arizona-Pittsburgh game. I thought that game was just phenomenal from start to finish. I still have the image in my head, Larry Fitzgerald just running down the field for that touchdown.
Yeah.
That was just an amazing game full of amazing plays. James Harrison getting
best play in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous. And then on top of that, you have to throw it to Santonio Holmes, added to all those plays. Right. So that one's probably my favorite outside the Saints one. Another one that stands out, you mentioned Patriots Seahawks. That was a really good game.
Great game.
Just from start to finish. People forget about the Curse catch where he
bobbled.
Yeah, like that was a crazy play as well.
Right.
So yeah, they've had some really good ones, but I have to say for my favorite outside the Saints, I would go Arizona Pittsburgh.
All right, and that was a great one, man. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, we thought for a minute, it's like, oh, there goes Fitzgerald streaking down the field. He's got the chip. Oh, yeah, man. Yep, you just knew Roethlisberger and Santonio Holmes were just in lockstep with each other that whole drive. They just boom. I think he had like 4 catches on that drive alone, and then that grab in the end zone just blah.
It's amazing how on final drives quarterbacks can find every receiver they need to find.
Right. That's right.
That's Stafford definitely found Cooper Kupp on that last drive. Anytime he wanted to, I got to find this guy, and he did.
It's when the big boys step up. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, back in 1988, he had over 200 yards, and they go down and they win that game. The touchdown was to John Taylor, but Rice felt like he caught it. He said that was the greatest football moment of his life when John Taylor caught the touchdown, not even him. So great stuff. Oh, God, you got to love football. Got to love football.
How did you guys do with – so Sunday was the first Sunday without football. Such a weird day, isn't it? That first Sunday, like, what do I do with myself? Oh, I can actually get shit done. I was like, I'm going to do a lot of laundry. No.
Yep. So, yeah, really. I know it's like this time. Wow. It's like I can go to bed at a normal hour tonight. Are you kidding me? Holy crap.
Oh, man. Yeah, I had no excuse. I had to get my chores done.
Oh, yeah. That's it. That's it.
I couldn't be like, hey, I got to watch this game for the podcast. I couldn't.
Right. No excuse coming out now. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Nathan agrees with you. Arizona, Pittsburgh for sure. And then, yeah, of course, Nick, you loving the David Tyree catch. I mean, that is definitely historical right there. Like I said, you can't write NFL history without the David Tyree catch. So there you go. All right. So we go from – that's true. It's there.
You are in for it the day Eli gets in the Hall of Fame. And you know what? I'm tired of seeing the slander. It's all over my timeline. I'm sick and tired of it. So – I think it's time for an article. I'm going to lay my case out exhibit by exhibit. I'm going to cite my references. Okay. And I invite everyone to come at me with their bullshit excuse why he shouldn't be in there.
I'll be the first one.
Good. I know you will.
You will be the second one. If his last name was not Manning, it would not be to this level. There's no question about it.
I'm sorry. God, it's so old and tired.
Football royalty name. Bunch of 2 freaking runs in 16 years. Sorry, no good. Does not
go back to my old argument. If it was the Hall of Greatness instead of the Hall of Fame, I don't think that Eli Manning gets into the Hall of Greatness.
All right, you guys see that Mike Greenberg clip that's been floating around, and he states exactly why Eli should be in there. I'm going to retweet it out. I've been retweeting it, but I'm going to retweet it again so that everybody can watch it and understand.
It's like the only tweet that she gets no responses to is Eli Manning being in the Hall of Fame.
Still not true.
Otherwise, that's true. You get responses for everything. You are the queen. You have turned into it. There's no doubt. Oh, man. So, all right, NFL, definitely an extreme sport, but we decided, or actually I think Nikki decided, that we should go over the 4 extreme activities that we haven't done but want to do. So that's the kicker. All right, you got extreme activities all over the place, but some you may not want to do. So these are the ones that we want to do. All right, so we got our top 4. You guys ready to roll?
Yes, sir.
Let's freaking do it, baby. Here we go. As Biggie plays in the background. God bless you. Rest in peace. Number 4, Damien. How about you? You go first. What do you got?
So for my number 4, I got to go snowboarding. I've done snowboarding, but not outside. So when I was in the Navy, went to Dubai.
I know. I'm like, what?
What do you mean? What are you doing on the computer or something like that?
So in Dubai, they have a mall. I think it's the Mall of Emirates, where they have indoor snowboarding. So I did it with the fake snow and everything. I've done that, but I haven't done it actually outside with real actual snow. And like I want to do like that, and I also want to do like on one of those courses, get good enough to do like my my Shaun White impression. And do tricks and all that stuff. So that would be my number 1, to become a really good snowboarder and do tricks and stuff.
That's your 1 or your 4?
My 4.
Your 4. Okay, sorry. So that's your 4. All right. I'm down with the snowboarding thing. It didn't quite make my list. I tried to go a little more extreme. But Nikki, let's hear your 4 before I get to mine.
You know what I love about this is that like my definition of extreme and somebody else's definition of extreme might be totally different.
Right.
Extreme for me was snowmobiling up a fucking mountain. It's beautiful to get up the top. You see the eagle flying over. fucking terrifying.
For you, you go on the swing set and you're good. That's your thrill. You're fine
Like,
right there.
No, I'm good. I don't need a million thrills in my life. But there are a few things I would consider doing. Like, these are four that like I'm scared to do because I'm just not that like into extreme things. But that you could probably convince me to do. So
Okay, so you would do it.
I would do it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably
All right.
easy to convince me to do this.
Let's hear it.
So this is like random, but pole vaulting. It looks so fun to me. Just like get this running start, right? Go over this pole and just kind of like fly through the air and just land on this ginormous mat. Now I am terrified of the pole breaking and like impaling me, which I did look up. That like very rarely ever happens, but it does happen. However, I think I could be convinced to do it if I learn the technique. So I don't know if you just kind of like throw yourself up and hope for the best, but
there is definitely technique to that, and one of which I'm never going to learn. That I'm scared of. Because I could just see myself being one of those idiots like you see in the movies that go straight up. It's like, whoa, going right back down.
Right, or falling backwards. See, the thing with me is like, it's not so much height. I have a fear of like falling and breaking every bone in my body.
Yeah, that's a horrifying feeling. It is. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But flying over that pole and just landing in that big mat, that looks kind of
cool. It does look cool.
I tried it once at track practice in high school.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's nothing. I could do that. So I went and did it. And like when I tell you the pole didn't even go halfway up. I just like, and it was like, nope. Came right back down.
You know what? Nope, not worth it. Not gonna happen. Screw it. I'm out.
My coach was like, why don't you go back over there and practice high jumping like you were doing?
Stick to what you're good at, son. Oh man, I love it. Yeah, I'm terrified of that, Nikki. I'm not gonna lie. Snowboarding, I definitely want to try. It was right outside my list, but my number 4, I don't know if you guys know what this is or seen it, but wingsuit base jumping. Have you ever heard of this before?
I've seen it. So they have those suits that are like, yeah.
Yes, exactly. The suits are made of like highly durable fabrics or something like that. And so they allow you like to like soar through the air before being released by a parachute at the end. The parachute kind of scares me a little bit. I never know if that motherfucker's going to open, but nevertheless, I would want to do that. Like, I want to fly, man. I want to fucking fly. I want to like literally glide and fly all over the damn place. And I just think if I were to have a superpower, it would be to fly because it'd just be so much damn fun. So I'm ready to do that wing base jumping in that suit. I'm down. I would do that. It is scary, but I would do it. So that's my number 4. That's my number 4. What about you, D? What do you got for 4?
For my number 3.
Oh, 3. I'm sorry.
Yes. So for my number 3. So this is probably about to expose how much of a chicken I am. my number 3. You're talking about like going and doing a real thing. So there's these places where you can go into like the air tunnel and you can imitate yourself doing skydiving. That's what I want to do.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah. I want to do the imitation skydiving in one of those air tunnels and fly in there and like go up and down. Real skydiving, I don't know. But but actually with doing the imitation skydiving, I'll do that.
You know what? That's cool because again, the parachute thing freaks me out. Like, are you going to open or not? So I'm not sure if I want to do skydiving, even though that was going to be my 40th birthday present, but it was COVID, so that screwed everything up. But I was going to do it, and I'm glad I didn't. It was like a gift from God. Like, nope, son, not going to happen. This is not for you. I'm not down with that. But damn, man, you see, I'm cool with the idea of like it being like almost like virtual, like you're saying, because you ever go to like Disney and stuff like that, and they put you in one of them, whatever, you're in one of the machines, whatever the hell you want to freaking call it, and they got all the virtual stuff around you, and you're like not even moving anywhere. They just got wind blowing over here and this, but it feels so real. So I'm down with that. That would be cool and safe.
Yeah. Yes,
I like it. All right, Nikki, number 3. My father welcoming you back to the show over here.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
What up, Pops?
Thank you. All right, my number 3 is have you guys seen the kite ice skating kite?
Yeah,
surfing?
I have.
So I think I would probably do that. The problem is I don't know how to ice skate. Or surf or like do any of that. But I mean, so you're on the, if you do it on the water, you're on the board and you're just hanging on to the kite. or you could do it on ice skates. The problem is that if a big gust of wind comes, you go up with it. So I'm a little nervous about that part, but it looks safe enough that I think that I'd probably do it.
It's just safe enough. My life is in the balance a little bit here, but I would do it. All right. I've seen that though. It looks cool.
It does look fun.
It looks pretty damn cool. I will say that. All right. So that's your number 3. What do I got? Oh, my number 3, it's really not as dangerous, but if you want to go extreme, zero gravity flight. I would love to do that. That means you're just like weightless, gliding around, floating. You can, you can fly. It's just like being in a spaceship. Listen to me. The space station, something like that. Got the UFOs coming down again to take us, guys. But yeah, just feel like being like that, like zero gravity, just flipping around, doing what I just think that would be so cool. So it's really not dangerous. It's extreme and fun, but I would love to do zero gravity, man. That would be so.
Really? Do you think you'd puke everywhere? I for sure would.
I don't. I've been on that Gravitron where it spins you around like 5 billion miles an hour, and I'm always like the one laughing. That's me. So no, I can handle it. I'm good. I'm good.
I could see that being fun for sure.
Oh boy. Yep. All right, D2, extreme time. What you got for 2?
For number 2, it's similar to Nikki's number 3. So you guys have seen like people, they'll have something they're holding on to that's like on a rope tied to a boat. And they're in the back like doing either like the surfing or they'll like do flips with it and stuff like that. I think I'll be pretty good at that. And as long as like I can like skip over some of the waves and stuff like that. So I don't know the exact name of it, but I think I'll be pretty good at doing that, and I could do that pretty good.
It's like the jet skiing. What do they call it? But that is cool. Yeah, no doubt.
Wakeboarding.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Wakeboarding probably is what it's called. Yeah.
I would do that.
I guess it's extreme wakeboarding if they're going pretty fast with it. I've seen it like attached to speedboats, and they've been doing it to where they go like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess it's extreme wakeboarding.
I think Ma got it. Water skiing. I think she's right. That would be the most proper term. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ma. Appreciate it. Yep. I think I would do that. Nikki, would you do that?
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Everything is probably with you. You need to be definitive. If you were president, we'd be screwed, man. I'm not sure
I would be in such good shape if I was president. Stop, okay? Because you'd have the day after the Super Bowl would be a national holiday.
Next week, I'm going to do the letter I, and I'm going to be indecisive, indescriptive, unintentional, not knowing what you want.
Because it all sounds good in theory, but then like you actually go to do it, and you're like, oh. Yeah, my chicken out factor is probably pretty high. So,
all right, where are we at? We're at number 2.
Yeah,
Nikki, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it me? Oh yes. Okay, so now that I've stood at the top of the ski jump at the Olympic Park and seen it in person, it is terrifying. But it looks so freaking fun. And the practice looks really fun to just kind of ski off of it and land in the water, right? Looks fun. Just kind of like do your flip and your jump. But I don't know. It would take a lot of convincing. However, I felt better knowing that it is the second safest sport. It's not a deadly sport. You might break something. But really, you just kind of slide on down there, fly up. Hold your body like straight, and just land. It's really like.
Wait, is that you talking about the one where you're on skis and you go and zoom and then boom?
Yes.
Hell to the no.
No.
Not gonna happen.
It's kind of high. It's kind of high.
You're flying in the air with 20 foot.
You want to fly? Okay, you want to fly with the suit on?
At least I got a suit.
Like gonna land in water or snow.
What do you think? A helmet's going to help you when you flip over 35 times? Damn, no. And Mom is saying, by the way, you can't commit to nothing. So me and Mom.
Yeah, no, I can't. You're lucky you get a maybe out of me.
I know, but she's busting on me now. She's saying, that's so funny. You want to fly? Yeah, I want to fly, but I don't want 20-foot skis attached to me. I'm scared to death of it. No way. I'll fly in different ways. I got other ways to fly, man.
But it looks really fun. It looks like it's a lot of fun.
And my next one kind of goes with what one of you had before. It's called speed flying, like combined like paragliding and parachuting. It's like a crazy experience. Like it's God, how do I explain it? What's the best way to do it? You are flying again. I'm flying all over the damn place. So at first you're like paragliding, like through the air or whatever, and as you get to your altitude or whatnot, then again, the parachute comes out, which I'm so hesitant to rely on, but I want to fly. So I just keep wanting to fly all over the damn place. But my number one, I promise you, I'm not flying in D. What do you got for your number one?
So for my number one, I don't know if it's that extreme, but I would love to go on the fastest roller coaster in the world.
That's cool. I love roller coasters.
Yeah, I'm a big roller coaster guy. It was funny because we were talking about the other day, and it's been a while since I've been to a theme park. Of course, pandemic happened, and it kind of took away theme parks for a little bit. But so it's been a while since I've been to a theme park. So I'm like, dang, at 32 now, do I still have that same eagerness I had the last time I went to a theme park and just ready to go and hit all the crazy roller coasters? Like living in California, I've been to Magic Mountain a few times. So I had Six Flags. And back when they had Six Flags in New Orleans, I went a few times, of course, and Six Flags in Houston. So I've been on a lot of really good roller coasters, and I would love to go. I think it's in Ohio, if I remember correctly, the fastest one in the world. So I would love to go on that one and check it out.
So it's like a knowledge Nikki question. Where's the fastest roller coaster in the world?
That is definitely a knowledge Nikki question for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. I like that though. I'm a total theme park junkie. I love all that stuff. I love there's not one ride that you can't get me to go on as far as like theme parks are concerned. I love them. And I remember being in this one time. I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm in this one whatever you want to. It's not a roller coaster, but it's like the circular thing, and you're sitting in it, and you're sitting at the bottom. So I'm waiting for them to raise us up to drop us, right? So I thought that's what the ride was. No, the ride was you're sitting down, and before you know it, boom, they're shooting you like freaking 50 feet in the air. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? I was waiting. I thought we were like going up slow to do a drop, but the ride was flying up. I was like, wow.
Surprise.
Surprised the hell out of me, but it was fun as hell. That's what I loved about it, because it was like scary for a minute, like the actual rush came through. So, oh man, I dig it. Absolutely awesome. All right, Nikki, what do you got for your number one?
My number one has been my number one for a very long time. I can't quite get myself to do it because I think my panic factor is going to be a little too much. I want to scuba dive so bad. I really, really, really do. I think it'd be so beautiful under the water. Now, like, I feel like I'm going to put the equipment on and forget how to breathe. Like, I breathe my whole life. I'm not going to remember how to breathe.
Nikki, like, it's so funny. I went scuba diving, put the mask on, forgot how to breathe. Yes. For our honeymoon, we went scuba diving, and when you put that mask on, you really have to remember how to breathe, just like through your nose only. And when you're not doing it just naturally, you have to think about it. It really, like, you really have to concentrate on it. I was in there. I couldn't even enjoy the water. I was in there panicking. So it's definitely a possibility that can happen. It is beautiful. Like if you go to the right place and you look under the water, you can see all the fishes and stuff. Like we were outside of Turks and Caicos for our honeymoon. So super clear water. You go and you see and everything. But another thing is if you go too deep and water gets in a damn hole, that happened to me too.
Oh God.
Where the water came through, and then I had to hurry up and take the mask off, and then I take the mask off and forget I'm in water, gotta swim. So yes, you have to make sure that you're ready and prepared for that. So that definitely can happen for sure.
Oh my God. See, this is why I'm scared. Not only like, I'm never going to do it now, Mom. But then like maybe a shark decides to come, or
that's what scares me.
It inadvertently leaves you and then you're stuck. Like but my main thing is complete panic, or decompression happens, or I puke in my mask. I don't know.
Yeah. And the best thing is like we saw somebody, so we went on like a little tour where they give you the mask and you go out there. One person brought their own. They had this full freaking mask where it was like attached to a thing that was like way taller than the normal one. So they were just chilling, having a good old time, swimming and whatnot. So you should get one of those that I think he said he got from Amazon. I remember talking to the guy on the boat. So basically we went out there for like 10 minutes, then got back on the boat and continued to get drunk. That's what we did. But it was cool. But like it definitely, when you put it on, you have to like really take in deep breaths and like really concentrate on breathing, because if you don't, you'll end up Like,
That's
panic
me.
in the water.
Wow.
Yeah.
And panic and pass out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's total panic for me. Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't even go snorkeling. Screw that shit. I'm not down with it. Scuba diving. That's, you see, the thing is, that's not our domain. Like, that's 70% of the earth that belongs to the animals and the mammals and the fishes and all that stuff.
That's
And
true.
I don't know what the hell's going on down there, man. I ain't playing. I'm serious. I ain't messing around. I'm not doing it.
If you go, you should get one of those things from Amazon. The dude said it only costs like $30. The full-on mask that covers everything, so you don't have to worry about. You can just breathe normal, and the thing is higher, so you don't have the chance of going down deep in the water getting inside.
Oh, all right. I might do it with the special mask.
Yeah.
See, Ma's with me over here. Forget about it, man.
Mine
dance
always
type
not
sharks,
fucking
lemon
scuba
sharks.
diving.
I don't
It
care
might
what.
have been. I'm sorry, Jay. I think that was snorkeling what we did. The scuba
Yeah, that's what I'm
diving
saying.
was
Because
deep
when you were
diving.
describing it with the mask and it's snorkeling. Yeah, but still, I ain't doing
Okay,
either
yeah.
one of them, man. I ain't fucking. I'm out. I'm out. But this one may surprise you guys. My number one extreme thing would be to drive a race car in like the Daytona 500. I would freaking love that. That would be so cool because I love going. I'm Fast and Furious, baby. Fast and Furious 1 through 9, whatever they're up to, freaking now 58. I love that stuff. So I love flying and I love driving fast, baby. I want to get in that damn Autobahn, but yeah, I would love to race again. Look, I'm not like claiming to be some sort of street racer over here or anything, but I got some skills and I want to show them the hell off. And I'll put on my number 12 car, get that bad boy going, rev it up, whatever company wants to get behind me. Maybe Joe Gibbs.
It would be a 33 podcast.
33
Oh, that's
podcasts.
true. That's very true. That's very true. We get more numbers. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I do. I got the need for speed, baby. Yup. Call me Keanu Reeves, whatever the hell you want. I'm it. I want to drive fast around that track.
Do you want to do a NASCAR like full car? Or do you want to do like Indy 500 like?
Those cars scare the shit out of me, the Indy 500.
Okay.
They're like miniature Batmobiles without any balance. There's like no positive traction on that car whatsoever. Those cars, no. I mean, you could be flipping around for like 30 miles. I'm not down with that. I mean, not that you can't have an accident in NASCAR, but it's, to me, more safer. So I guess my extreme safe activity would be NASCAR.
I'm definitely not the fast driver. Like, I'm not slow. Like, I'm not the person that's annoying you because I'm in the fast lane going 60.
All right.
But I'm not a fast driver at all. I'm definitely like, if the speed limit is 75, I'm going 80. Like, that's pretty much my limit. I'm not going any faster than that. So I could not do that. That takes a lot of courage for sure from guys.
I only do that because of the cops. If there were no cops there, I'd be going like $120 easy, like no problem, weaving in and out. Yeah, I got anybody who knows me, who's been in a car with me, has always said, slow the fuck down. I drive so fast. Nobody likes driving with me at all because I'm just like, feel.
I have gone like 120 on accident going to Vegas.
Oh, yeah?
It's such a long strip of nothing.
Yeah.
You're like literally seeing nothing but tumbleweeds and cactus.
Yeah.
You're going. I didn't even realize I was going that fast. And I looked down like, oh, snap, let me slow down.
Yep.
But it's literally nothing going on. So you just don't even realize. You're just like, let me get through this, please.
Exactly. Right? It's flying. Man.
Those are the worst drives where it's just like,
no scenery, no nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's
once like going from San Diego to Vegas, there's a point once you get in Nevada where there's nothing for like a good hour and a half, just nothing. And if the people, it was like 4 of us, everybody else is asleep. So I'm just sitting there trying to blast the music, trying to keep myself up.
That's the worst.
It's the absolute worst.
That's tough. I've done the drive to Florida, and I'm in South Florida, as you guys know, all the way up to New York, and it is a nightmare. But once you get to the Carolinas, you're driving for 8 hours. There's just trees, and that's it. You can't see anything else. There's nothing. It's just boring. And then you get to a place called South of the Border, which is right in the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. So we stopped there one night. This is one time me and my buddies are driving anyway. So we stopped there one night. We sleep instead of driving the whole way through. So we go to this breakfast place. It wasn't Waffle House. It was Waffle something or whatever. Anyway, so this lady's taking our order and everything, right? We like want to get some food, get on the road. So there's a little something I see on the floor, and then it gets a little bit bigger, and it turns out to be a cockroach. And she steps on it. I swear to God, she steps on it and she says, "What can I get for you?" I said, "Get me the fuck out of here! What
get me the fuck out of here is what you can get me.
Nuts? What can you get for me? You just stepped on a cockroach. What are you out of your damn? Get us out. It was McDonald's breakfast, and that was it. We were gone.
No.
Gone.
Done. I wouldn't even eat in the state.
Yo,
nope. I'd wait
It
till I
was
got home.
straight up like out of the South. Like, so what can I get for you guys? Like, oh, what?
Absolutely.
Did you try to do it like real quick to where you like if she didn't think you saw it, or she just?
Oh,
like,
she was trying to be slick about it. Oh, she was trying to be slick. I'm like, no. Like, you guys see that? Yeah, we saw it. Goodbye. See you later. Good luck with your next customer. Jesus Christ. I couldn't believe it. Like, she told no regard. What? What can I get for you? Like, oh my God.
No. Hell
Like
no.
straight out of like a My Cousin Vinny movie or something like that.
Yeah, that's definitely out of a movie.
my
like,
God.
like that's out of a road trip type movie.
Yeah, it is. It totally
That happens. Yeah.
We're like, what? Oh God. Oh, funny stuff. Funny stuff. Oh man, having a good time over here, laughing, and now it's time to get some knowledge in, baby. Let's do it. I say what?
I think it's very vital.
Come on now.
Around
It's right on time. What? Here we go.
to rock around, that's right on time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right on time. It's tricky.
Yeah, boy. You know what's up. D putting on them chair dancing like no other, baby. We love it. We love it. It is the staple of the show, Knowledge with Nikki time, but she's got something to tell you before she gives us what we're going to be missing questions on today. So I can't wait to hear it, baby. Let's go.
Well, first of all, I watched Knowledge with Nikki last week.
Ah,
It was like 45 minutes long. I mean, you guys really like LA did good. You guys are good sports, but
we tried to do you right. We tried to do your honor right.
it was good. So yes, so Knowledge with Nikki is, I'm so excited to announce, brought to you by Reebok. That is right. It is brought to you by Reebok. If you go on thirdand3podcast.com, right up top, you're going to see a link. You're going to get 40% off of your purchase. So you need some new kicks, need some new hoodies, sports bras, yoga pants, all the apparel you need for all these safe extreme sports that we're going to try. You can go ahead, click the link. You're going to get 40% off, but you got to do it through thirdand3podcast.com. It's a special 40% off for us being Reebok affiliates. How nice is that?
Beautiful thing, right? That's you see, you're lucky. You're friends with us, you get 40% off. I mean, what the hell more can you ask for, right? Just by being friends and affiliates of the program. It's a beautiful thing. All right, Nikki, thank you for that right there. Yep. Third and Three podcast. We are taking off. We're doing beautiful things. We want you to be part of it. March Madness, NFL first round draft mock. Oh, we got all this sort of stuff, but get on over there and see what we got in this. More to come. But before that, Nikki, it is time. What do we got this week?
Oh, well, extreme sports trivia, of course.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's make it happen. Okay, so who's first?
I don't know. Did you guys go out of order last week?
D, you went first last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the music too loud, the Jeopardy music, or it's good? You guys hear it?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool. All right, Nikki, hit me.
Okay. Jay, well, since you want to fly so bad, what is the world record for most skydive jumps in 24 hours?
By one person you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try to be realistic here. I would say 38.
No. D?
Not realistic.
I'm gonna say 10.
640.
How is that possible? Is he just jumping out a 1 foot plane off the ground? That's bullshit. That's not even possible.
Okay, well, you can take it up with
paying
Mr.
for
Jay.
all this fuel they were wasting? That's my
Yeah,
question.
Yeah,
Damn. Wow.
not environmentally friendly.
Talk
No,
about extreme.
no.
That's an extreme amount. Okay. When you go in extreme, you got to go big. Go big, go home.
All right, number 2. What percentage of base jumpers have witnessed a death or serious injury?
65%.
D?
I'm gonna say 5%.
72.
Oh wow.
Close. Close.
So let's not do the base jumping, Jay.
Yeah, right.
Not off the list.
Maybe stay away from that. All right. Close, but not close enough. Okay, I'm ready for number 3.
Okay, number 3. According to adventure sports company Extreme, the extreme sports industry brings in how much money per year worldwide?
30 billion.
See?
I'm gonna say 2 billion.
200 billion.
Wow.
That's extreme.
It is. Okay, number 4. What was the first extreme sport invented in the United States?
First extreme sport invented in the United States. Shoot, that's a really hard question. I'll go with Ma because I'm not sure. Snowboarding?
No. Dave?
All right.
I'm gonna go skateboarding.
Skateboarding.
Skateboarding? All right, D. Nice, man. Nice. Good answer.
1950s. It was invented in, Southern California by the surfers who wanted something to do when the waves weren't great.
I like it. Ma, don't worry about it. I didn't know the answer. D did. Beautiful job. And your daughter is not giving me the D, ratio, radius over here. I was only a few off. I didn't get a point. So,
my God. You said 30 billion. It was 200.
Not that one. The 65%, it was 72%. Even LA said on the show last week, you would have given that. If you watched, you would have seen it and you would have known. So proof is in the pudding right there. LA, get on the mic right now and tell them what's up. She just did it again.
Okay. Do you want the point? You can have the point.
No, I don't want it. Only if you're going to give it to me. You're the boss.
Okay, you can have the point. So now we are tied.
I just love messing with you. Let's go. Let's go, D. You're up.
Right. Truth is, sometimes the ratio, I don't know. If you said 70 or 69, I feel like.
I'm good. I'll live. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, D, here we go.
Knowledge and
How many injuries happen per year from free climbing?
Free climbing?
Uh-huh.
I feel like that has to be a lot. I'm gonna say 1.5 million.
Nope. Jen?
I'm gonna go a little lower, like 250,000.
Oh, should I give it to you? Because the answer is 0. They all.
Now she's just being mean little sister. That's all she is. You are just so mean girls. That's got to be your favorite movie, right?
You said that there's no injuries because if they do get injured, the injury is death.
Death.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. I like that. It's like a little riddle right there.
Yeah.
A little tricky. Okay, number 2. Limbo skating is a popular extreme sport that involves roller skating underneath cars, which requires intense flexibility. In what country is limbo skating popular?
I had a state in mind, but that would be too. That'd be too on the nose. So which country is? Because I've seen somebody do that. I think it was like America's Got Talent. I saw somebody do the whole skating under the car thing.
Oh yeah,
crazy to see that. Like how flexible somebody has to be to do that. I'm gonna say it's popular. She was from. Where is she from? She was from one of the islands. So I'm gonna say it's popular in the Bahamas.
No, Jay.
I got 2 in mind, but I'll go with Japan.
No, unless you want me to give it to you based on geography.
Oh my God! What is it, Nikki? China?
India.
All right. Look at this right here. I want you to see that. India. Do you see it? Mm-hmm. That was my first one. Why didn't I go with my first instinct? I would have had it.
Oh man!
I wrote it down. India and Japan. Those are my 2, and I should have had it. Again, see? Now give me the damn point.
No, you have to say it aloud
I'm playing.
to the class and the audience.
I still feel good about myself that I had it. I still feel good.
Yeah, hey, of all the places you could have picked.
Exactly. Moral victory.
All right, D. Number 3. What state led the U.S. in whitewater paddling deaths in 2020? So that's like where they go at it alone. They're not with a group. They're like kayaking by themselves or something.
Okay. Trying to think of a place with like rivers. So,
River flows.
I'm gonna go. It sounds like a Colorado thing. I'm gonna go Colorado.
No.
It does sound like a Colorado thing. I'm kind of thinking Ma's right, but I'm gonna go with Utah.
No. Tennessee.
Oh, I wouldn't have guessed that one. That was not on my list.
Yeah, they had 8 deaths in 2020. And did you know that they were from people being under the influence and not wearing a life jacket?
There you go.
Do
There
not
you go.
drive or go whitewater rafting under the
Yeah, right. Oh,
You can podcast under the influence. Do that.
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Oh, man.
Tennessee, wow.
Okay, D. Last one for you. According to the National Safety Transportation Board, how many people go parasailing every year?
Oh man.
That's where they're, hanging on the boat up in the
Yeah,
parachute.
they're hanging on
Yes.
to it.
How many people go a year?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with 500,000.
No. Jay?
1.5 million.
5 million. So I'll give you the point because you're only 4 million off.
All right. You know what? I'm leaving for real. Leaving out of here. D, you won 1-0. That's it. Good job. D, 1, J, nothing. That's it. Story.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Another victory in Nodge with Nikki for
Yes,
Damien.
it is. Yes, it is. Oh, goodness. I almost lost my freaking mic
Just
right
so
there.
everybody knows, if you're planning on parasailing this year or anytime soon, it's not federally
Yeah,
regulated.
good.
So you don't have to be certified, and the equipment doesn't have to be checked. So just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, that's very safe. Yes, that makes me want to go do it right away. Yeah, don't
Just
check
letting
that.
everybody know.
I
Jeez.
figured that because every time it's been offered to me, it was like a guy on the beach
Yeah.
who's like got a car and he literally does everything. He's like, oh yeah, we deliver food.
Right.
Yeah.
We got 2 jet skis. You want to rent one of my jet skis? Like the ultimate hustler guy is always the guy who offers the parasailing. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not sure. Guys, maybe a little bit under the influence today, so maybe we'll cut this one out.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Good job. All right, Knowledge and Nikki, always a pleasure. Wonderful stuff. Great job, D. Winning again this week. Excellent. And now we have come to unpopular opinions, and D is going to tell you all about what we got going on here.
Yes, so Unpopular Opinions is brought to you by Beer Drop. Now, I just mentioned how you can podcast under the influence. The best way to get under the influence in a tasty fashion and in a safe fashion is to have the beer delivered to you. So if you go to our website, 33podcast.com, scroll down a little bit after you get past Reebok, you will see Beer Drop. And there you'll be able to set up your order. And they have a flat shipping fee of $7.99. You can order as much beer as you want to have delivered to your home and get so many different beers from all over the country. So if you are a beer connoisseur, someone who loves beer, go ahead and check out our website and go to the Beer Drop link. Get it from there. Very cheap prices on lots of beer. And you don't have to go out to get it. It comes to you. So go ahead to 33podcast.com and go and get that beer for a good price. All right.
Hell yeah.
So now it's time for Unpopular Opinions. Let's start with Nikki's first, man. I want to hear you. It's been a while since we did this, so I'm pretty sure you got to get one.
Well, I don't know if this is so much an unpopular opinion or an unpopular rule that I would instate, when I become president, along with the Super Bowl holiday. No. So, you know how when you go through TSA and you got to take your shoes off, you got to check you for like nail clippers and shit and box cutters and doing all of this. Okay, I'm sorry, but there should be like a hygiene check. And if you're stinking like BO, you shouldn't be allowed to walk. Like, I was stuck next to, and no, my husband and I don't sit together, so don't think it was him. We go aisle because he's big and tall, so he needs like the room, and I'm not getting crammed in the middle or up against a window. I pee too much, so we go aisle. However, the gentleman next to me was stinking to high hell. Like, I'm sorry, but like, can you just shower? You're gonna be out in public. So, you're checking me for all this stuff. Actually, I had the metal detector that thing go off because of the hoodie. And it always happens. It's someone with the sports bras. The female's got to come and check you in all your places. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. But could you just, while you're up there, like if you stink and you smell and your breath is nasty and just, you're not allowed to fly. And if you're going to eat disgusting stuff on the plane, the flight attendant should be able to parachute your ass right out. Like, I mean, you're eating like burgers and onions. Like, oh my God. But at least can we have a hygiene checkpoint? I know that's discriminatory. It's meant to be, because if you're going to be out in public, please be clean.
Hey, that's fair. I'm with you, man. Damn, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I don't want to be sitting next to a stinker on the plane.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I've had a similar experience. I had somebody who I sat next to take their shoes and socks off.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's foul.
Ew.
Yes.
Foul ball.
And feet looked funky and they matched the look.
Wow.
It was so bad. And like Nikki mentioned with her husband, I don't know how tall he is, but I'm 6'2", so we usually get like exit row seats.
Exit row, aisle. Yep.
Yeah.
Same,
so me and my wife,
6'2".
me and my wife do the same thing, but my wife's taller as well. So we do the same thing, and it could be somebody sitting right next to her or me, and it happened to be me that time, the guy with his feet out, and just I'm like, why are you this comfortable? Like, like what's going on? And it was like a 3-hour flight. I'm like, what are you doing? It's your life. Oh my God. So I'm all with you on that rule. I understand there's gonna be people who are like, oh, they don't do this because of their beliefs. Like, being stinky is not part of a belief. So let's have our hygiene together and keep your shoes and socks on.
Yes, please. That's
Did he go
ridiculous.
to the bathroom barefoot, or no? He didn't get up to go to the bathroom.
He didn't get up. He didn't get up the whole flight.
So that's messed up. You can't be taking off. I mean, socks are one thing, but to be taken off, to have your bare ass feet out, man. Oh my God, that's some nasty shit.
Yeah, it is.
Gross.
For sure.
I ain't down with that. So I don't think that's too unpopular of an opinion, Nikki. I think we're with you on
Well,
that.
somebody will say that I'm being discriminatory.
It's not being discriminatory. If you stink, it's terrible. You're stinking up the whole plane.
You should make you
Yeah.
go home or go take a shower and come back and go back through security.
Yeah, some of those. I know some of those like clubs in there, like the Delta Sky Club and stuff like that. They have showers in there.
Yeah.
Go, let them shower, get ready, or her. It could be a woman. Let either them shower and come back and then go. Like, hopefully they have enough time to make their flight when they do it. So, like,
right?
So
they're gonna
like,
have to putting them like them Glade things up there and stuff like that, and like the planes and everything for people who stink, or just run around with like Axe spray and just like, oh, this guy friggin' just get him real quick.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't know what's worse, BO or somebody puking. Like, pungent smells on a plane. Just don't do it. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Watch what you're eating.
Yeah,
shower.
Yes, you have to be. What's the word that I'm looking for here? You just have to be
Consider
very,
it.
very diligent about others around you, because it's a plane where the air is locked in. Like, there's no fresh air coming in. So, like, just come on, be considerate of others around you, man.
Right. It's not like we can open a freaking window. You're gonna get sucked right out of the goddamn plane. So I mean, geez, please help us out over here, for God's sake. No, man, I'm with you.
I think that Nikki for president.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the peanuts. Oh my God. Wait, can I tell you guys this story real quick?
Love to hear
it. So we're on the plane, right? And they make this announcement. I guess somebody had a peanut allergy. And if you could, please refrain from eating something with peanuts. Okay, well, we didn't know. And my husband grabbed the Reese's like peanut butter mix, whatever, snack mix, eating it. And I don't think he heard it because he had his headphones on. This lady behind us, she's tapping him on the shoulder. Oh, sir, stop eating. Put it away. There's a peanut allergy on the arm. He's like, thanks, Karen. I mean, like, oh my God, I don't know where the peanut allergy was. And listen, you know what? I'm severely allergic to cats and dogs. I hate when people bring their pets on, but what can I do? Like, I mean, oh God, she was a little extra about it. Like, I don't know who this person was.
With a peanut allergy, they can be affected through the air. Like,
it can, yes.
But we have masks on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, those things work so well.
Everybody's so we put the snack away, but we, it was just like, okay, lady.
I didn't know that people could be affected. I knew like just any type of peanut oils, anything like that, they can't have. But man, that sucks.
I remember the movie Horrible Bosses and Kevin Spacey's character. I don't know if you guys seen the movie Horrible Bosses. Kevin Spacey's allergic to peanuts or whatever, and he's taking a jog, and that guy Dale is sitting in the car or whatever like that, and he's like, he's got to stab me, shooting him up with all this freaking thing, like because he's allergic. So it was because he just simply picked up a wrapper, and it got like airborne in his. But that is true. Yeah, my sister is very allergic to a lot of things. So is my mother, as a matter of fact. So. Yeah, we've had a lot of instances in the past, going to emergency rooms, just because of eating the wrong thing. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But yeah, God forbid you have that on a plane and somebody's having a freaking allergy. It's not like a medic is right around the corner every time. Maybe they should do that. Maybe they should have a doctor on every plane. Might not be a bad idea.
Look at all these new rules.
Don't they have like marshals on every plane? They should have a medic as well.
They have marshals.
Yeah, they have marshals. You never know who they are. Like, I know who they are. I could find them.
You probably do. I feel like you would be able to pick out an arrow.
I could pick them out. Like, they're so obvious. It's ridiculous.
There's one time where I saw the guy was a mark because he was just so aware of his surroundings. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And you're military. You could tell that also, like, so easy. Yeah. No doubt. Oh, man. No freaking doubt. All right. So my unpopular opinion is the article I wrote. I know people aren't going to like to hear this, but there's too many teams and there's too many games. I know that we will want to watch as much sports as we can, but there's just too many. We don't need 162 games in baseball to figure out who the 5 playoff teams are going to be. All right. And we know that in 82 game seasons in basketball, hockey, especially in basketball, players are taking games off all the time. You got to shorten the season and put more emphasis on the regular season. Because if guys are taking off left and right, it's not a good thing. And look, I'm not saying that I'm going after one city and saying, oh, you got to take away the Jacksonville Jaguars or anything like that. But by contracting, you're expanding the level of competition because we have 30 teams in the NFL, 30 in the NBA, NHL, baseball's got whatever. I mean, it's astronomical, the numbers. And let's just face it, we don't have that many good athletes in every sport to be able to fill up every roster. So my total unpopular opinion is that we need to get rid of some of these teams and we need to shorten the season. And we got to be mindful of the fact that these players, especially basketball and baseball players, are flying out red-eye flights to next night to go play in another city. And we expect them to go do everything and be full go. No, that's tough. It doesn't work like that. They're human. I know they're in great shape. And another thing is when you're a team that's been crappy for so long, and I won't even name any team. I'll just say, in business, sometimes a business fails and you got to close your freaking doors. All right. Some of these teams are not bringing in the revenue. They're not doing good. They're not winning. It's like blah. So again, my whole point is that if we get rid of teams, number one, we'll have a better playing field, a more even playing field because the skill level, the talent can be spread around more. All right. But also by reducing the amount of games, we're putting more emphasis on the regular season. I can't stand that half the league makes it in NHL and in the NBA that they make it to the playoffs. I think that's ridiculous. And now they expanded it to 10 teams, as we know, with 2 playoff playing games. The NFL, they got it right for the most part, but now it's 17 games. They added on an extra postseason game or a postseason team. It's just too much. And you know what? I think we're asking the players for too much. So when they should have more either time off or time in between games. And again, I just think that the fact that we see, Jacksonville is bad every year. The Lions are bad every year. And I'm just talking about football. I can get into NBA and baseball and my Mets and the Knicks and everything like that. It's not working. Get more talent around less teams and less games so we can have our playoffs, and don't let everybody in the damn playoffs either. So I know people ain't going to like that because maybe their team may be contracted. Now, again, this is never going to happen because it's all about the money. All right. So they're not contracting any teams. If anything, they'll keep expanding. Yeah. They'll keep expanding and make it worse. And that is what bothers me, bro.
No, I definitely get it. It was a very good article that you can get on and read on 3rd-and-3podcast.com.
Thank you.
But no, it's a very good article. And I agree with what you're saying. But I think that the key to better competition when it comes to the NBA, and to be specific, is the players themselves.
Yes.
Right? Because you mentioned in the article how most players want to go to the warm weather city or the city with the biggest market so they can have more access to advertising dollars and things like that. If players in the NBA didn't all want to go to 3, 4, 5 teams, and they were spread amongst the 30, we would have more good teams because you would have stars on 25 of the 30 teams instead of having 4 stars on one team.
Right.
So I do think that's a big part of it. But as far as contracting and having less teams, we see it with the WNBA. WNBA only has 12 teams, and the competition is great every year.
Thank you.
Like every year there's a different champion, and if it's the same champion, that team had to really be great and put together a great roster because every team is loaded because you only have 12 teams. So every team has 12 to 13 players that you know are professional level basketball players. With the NBA, because it's so many teams, you're going to have a few players on the back end of their roster that you're like, is that guy really, should he really be here? Or does he just happen to be tall?
Right.
And looks like he's an NBA basketball player. So you're going to have times like that. The NFL is different because the way the NFL is as far as the game, I think it has to go more about the organization itself. So when you mention like Detroit, there's no reason Detroit should be bad for this long. That's just the organization being horrible.
Right.
I understand they're not in a city like Los Angeles or New York where they're going to attract the most, free agents, but you can still draft well. And once you draft well and you can overpay for some guys, because some guys who would be wanting to go to LA or go to Detroit if you want to pay them $5 million more. So they'll be willing to do that. So it depends on the organization in football. For basketball, I think it's on the players' shoulders to make it more competitive across the board.
In basketball, I totally agree because, like I said, they have so much more power now than ever. There's no doubt about it. But also, like you're saying, with the Lions being so unsuccessful for such a long period of time and going 0-16 in 2008, that's what I'm saying. A business sometimes, Nikki, has to close its doors. Now, I know it's not going to happen. This is all just me speaking, BS right now, but it's what really should happen. All this expansion that they've had over the past 20, 30 years has done nothing but hurt the sports. Look, I know that, we love sports now more than ever, but it is got to be horrible. And Nikki, I'm not picking on you, but I'm just saying the Giants are in a bad way right now. Like, you go into the season with no hope. But again, the Giants, they win Super Bowl, so they're not a team that I would say you should contract. But teams that don't ever get to the playoffs or get there once every 15 years, like, what are you doing?
Should we make a rule that if you don't do shit in 10 years, you're out, and then maybe you could apply to come back in a year or two?
Maybe something. I don't know. But my major point about the whole thing is that for the fact that there are too many teams, that's why we're getting such an uneven level of playing field. And that's why we see the same 4 or 5 teams as the favorites every single year. And to me, it's boring. It's boring.
Yeah, but to your point, like you guys say, I mean, these teams are businesses, and you got to run your business. Detroit runs a horrible business because if they would draft well and get some talent there, if they were a winning team, there's enough athletes who are going to go to, like we just talked about, we're coming full circle from the beginning of the show. You know what? Like, weather be damned, I'll get a house somewhere else, but I will go to a winning team. I want to win a championship. So some of these teams, you're just running a really awful business. I don't know what you're doing. And some of them just can't get it right no matter what they do.
And that's the thing. It is a business. At the end of the day, it is a business. And again, none of these teams are going to close. If anything, they'll move to a different city. That's what they do. They change cities, So it's not contracting. It's still, okay, we got another team, but they're just in a whole other city now and have a whole new fan base. And you got this fan base pissed off. I don't know, man. But that I know it's unpopular, especially, like losing games and things like that. But especially in basketball, put more emphasis on the regular season and stop letting all these teams in the playoffs. It's way too much. Half the league. I don't like it. So I'll leave it there. But D, what do you got, bro?
So I know my unpopular opinion is going to be very unpopular. If we're family, so if I'm wrong, you guys are more than welcome to let me know if I'm wrong. All right.
All right.
So I think there's 3 words in the English language that we need to bring back, and that's suck it up. I think that we have those 3 words. We have let away and let go away, and mostly for good things. In the name of mental health, we say that, we're not going to tell people just to suck it up anymore because, we want you to be mentally well when you go into your job. When you do anything, we want you to be at your mental best, right? And that's great. That is perfectly fine, right? But when it comes to professional athletes who get paid millions of dollars to play basketball, to throw a football, to hit a baseball, for me, if I'm the employer, if I'm the owner, and I'm paying you I think Ben Simmons, that's who I'm specifically talking about.
Okay.
Ben Simmons is getting, I think, $30 million this year. If I trade for you and I give assets and I'm paying you, when you get off the plane in Brooklyn, you better be ready to play basketball.
No doubt.
How is he not ready to play right now? And I posted a short video earlier today just asking that question. Am I tripping for wondering what's going on? You haven't played all year. You're a professional athlete who hasn't played all year. So you should come into this situation in the best shape of your life. You should have been working on your game the whole time. And as soon as they traded you, you should have been so excited to get ready to do what you do. You get a chance to do your craft and play basketball. But for some reason, you're not ready. Now they're saying that he's not in basketball shape. What? What were you doing the past 6 months? Like, how are you not in shape to play basketball when your job is to play basketball? And I've had people come at me and say, how can you say that? You have to put your health before the company. Of course, you put your health before the company. You're looking at a guy who will definitely do that all the time. Bump a company. Like, I'm taking care of me first, right? Yeah. But when it comes to that company, I can't expect them to pay me a high level of money for months on end while I don't work. Like, how can I expect them just to continue to pay me while I'm getting mentally ready to go? Right. And so people will say things like, it's bigger than basketball. It's bigger than football. Of course, your personal life is bigger than basketball, bigger than football. Just like our personal lives are bigger than podcasting. It's bigger than customer service. It's bigger than being an accountant, whatever it is that we do. But if we're going through something, we get some time off, but we can't expect the company to pay our salary for months on end with us making excuses, saying that we're not ready to go to work. Then we say, oh, maybe if you transfer us to a different place, we'll be ready to go. They transfer us to a different place and we're still not working. Imagine that. So when it comes to Ben Simmons, I'm going to bring those 3 words back. Suck it up. We all going through things in life. You have to suck it up and do your job, especially if I'm paying you $30 million to do that job. And I gave up assets for you to come in and do that job. And somehow, after sitting down for 6 months, you're not ready. And again, we talked about it last week. We can't measure mental health. I can't say mentally where he's at. But before you come to my team, I'm pretty sure they talked to him. They had to before they made that trade. Where are you at mentally? Are you mentally ready to go? Where are you at physically? You have to have a physical to complete a trade most times unless they waive it.
Right.
So they know he's ready physically. Mentally, where are you at? How much time as an employer do I give you to get ready mentally? Because I think that the problem is most of the world is employees, not employers, right? So we think about it from the employee's perspective and not the employers, right? So if you're a boss of something, how long am I going to pay my employee not to work for me? We got to think about it from that perspective when we think about these things. I know it's unpopular. People have been coming at me all day since I put up the video saying, how could you say this? He's going through things mentally. He's been going through these things for over a year now. When are you going to work? When I'm paying you.
Otherwise, get out the game. If you can handle it, then go.
Yes, you have every right to protect your mental health. If playing professional basketball is too taxing for your mental health, you have every right to say, I'm done.
Hit the road.
I quit. Right. Then, okay, cool. You got your money that you were owed for this point forward. We're no longer going to pay you because you quit. You have every right to go be happy. But if you're on contract to play basketball, play basketball. I don't think that's asking too much. So maybe I'm crazy for saying this, but people have been coming at me crazy all day because they're saying that I'm putting the company above that man's health. When no, if I'm the person running the company, I want to get what I pay for. And I'm paying you to play basketball, not sit down, be quiet, date a Kardashian, come back. No, I'm paying you to play basketball. So when you come back, his jump shot better be better. He better be able to shoot from the free throw line, not be scared to do that. All those things encompass being a professional basketball player. Suck it up and play.
Dude, I like it, man. I like what you're saying. Look, you're talking to somebody who is a mental health counselor and a teacher. So this is hitting right home for me. I know all about this stuff. And there is that old school thought where, yeah, I mean, mental health has always been an issue, but it's the way that we dealt with it. And us old school guys, suck it up. You know what? We're feeling down. Pick ourselves up. Get some positivity going. Go do something. Do things that you like. But you know what? If you're not there, and here's what I think is happening. And again, I don't know what Ben Simmons' situation is at all, what's going on in his head, but I think that he's dragging it out to make the point that, no, it's not just Philadelphia. It's other stuff that's going on. So my location doesn't change everything. I don't know this for sure, obviously not. And I'm not going to critique Ben Simmons in that way. But what I will say is I totally agree with you. Get the fuck on the court. You're being paid to play. Like you said, they definitely had conversations about it before, and I don't know if they're letting them off the hook a little bit over here, but it does get to a point where if you're really that messed up in the head, and I don't mean that in a negative way, then you need to step away from the game completely and not get paid. Because if you're not working, you shouldn't get paid unless you've been with the company for so long and they owe you vacation time, whatever. Because if that happened to any one of us in our regular jobs, we're probably freaking fired. You know, that's it. Like, we're out. They're not gonna keep us around for mental health for a whole fucking year. Are you
No.
Go get treatment, get yourself healthy, and come on back. You know, like, they're not gonna pay us for that. So I'm with you, bro. I'd love to hear what you got to say, Nikki.
No, oh, come on. I'm with you guys. Like, really, like, suck it up. Like, take care of yourself. And if that means you step away, hey, that goes for everybody. If your job is putting you in a situation where you mentally, you just can't do it, you're not there, like, I totally understand that. And step away. It's not on your employer to keep paying you to, and that's not putting the company above somebody's mental health. Take some responsibility and recognize I'm in a situation that's not good for me and I need to step away. But if you're going to stay in what you're doing, then, and I'm paying you, well, you better produce.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know. There's some leeway, sure, of course. Like, listen, I work for somebody who's very understanding, and if you need time, and that's fine. But he's a business owner. That only goes so far, right? If I was, owning my own business and employed a bunch of people, I'd be as accommodating as I can. But it only goes so far, right? That's just the nature of business, and I think people need to understand that it's, it's a shitty world sometimes. It is profit, it is money over certain things, but you have to take personal responsibility for yourself at the same time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think, you know what, I understand why people are coming at you like, oh, you don't know him with mental health, what's going on. But you know what? At the end of it, look, if it's really that bad, I think the solution is, I think we just came to the conclusion, Ben Simmons, step away.
Simone Biles stepped away, remember?
Who's that? So yes, absolutely. She's like, you know what? I'm out. Yeah. I'll only do this.
Calvin Ridley this year.
Yes.
Yeah. He said it was too much for me. He stepped away. Now, if he's ready to come back next year, a team will sign him. He is very talented. He'll get an opportunity. But he said it was too much for him, so he stepped away.
There you
if it's
go.
Too much for you, Ben Simmons, step away.
Peace.
Like, that's all we're saying. We're not saying you should put the company above your mental health, but we also, as a company, can't put your time in front of what's productive for the company.
Right.
See what we do here on 3rd and 3. We just come to the conclusions. We know exactly what's needed here. This Benson, let us help you out. Brooklyn Nets, let us help you out. Let him go until he's ready to come back. And during that time, don't pay him a damn dime. He's got to get ready. He hasn't earned anything from you yet. Okay. He's just there. He's part of your team. He hasn't even put on the freaking uniform yet. I don't want to sound like we're coming at Ben Simmons, and we're not. It's not like we're trashing Ben Simmons. It's just the situation is, look, get it together. It's been a long time, and if you don't have it together, time to go. Step away, and if you can come back and you're healthy, great. So I'm with you. And mental health, look, we're not knocking it. It's a real thing. There's no doubt about it. Sure. I've been at total lows, but when I'm at my total low, you got to realize at some point, like, yeah, I may have things going on chemically that may be a little bit weird, but you got to, if you're a man, be a man. Pick yourself up. Like, this is what I got to do. I got to take care of my family. I got to make sure this, that, the other thing. A woman, same thing. I have responsibilities in life. Am I going to sit around and sulk about it all the time, or am I going to get help and get shit done? So how much help is he getting? I don't know. But if it's a year, go see a different doctor, for God's sake, because things are not working out. So that's another thing.
For sure. Nah, it's the thing. Because somebody asked me, how much time are you willing to give? I'm like, it's not this much. Like it's not this much to get yourself together. It's not.
Nah. I like that. And you know what? And
we accomplished so much on this show. We're solving workplace problems, travel problems. We're giving you discounts. You can try beer. You get 40% off of Reebok. We have great content. What else do you need?
What more do you want? Huh? What more do you want? 3rd and 3, baby, all the way. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Podcast live every Wednesday night. The time may change. We'll see. It's going to be sometime between 6 and 7. We'll let you guys know all about that. But definitely get over to 3rd and 3 podcast and check out the Beer Drop, the Reebok. Get your kicks, get your drink on, get your read on. All right, check it out. Articles out by all of us, and they will be continuing. And like we said, March Band is happening soon. So Nikki will have that all set up, and we'll have our link, and boom, you get in with us, ready to go. We'll figure out what prize that I'm going to eventually win that you guys will think you're going to win. So we'll figure that out eventually also. But, yeah, we'll have fun. We'll do mock draft, everything. We're keeping the NFL season alive. We're keeping everything alive over here on 3rd and 3. And I feel alive every time I'm with you guys. I appreciate it. I love the show. And, again, you talk about mental health. This is great therapy for me. I say it all the time. So find what you love. Find things that make you happy and go with it. This makes me happy. Nikki, I'm happy you're back. Tell everybody where you're at.
I'm glad to be back. Yes, you got to find your tribe in life, right? You got to find like your people, and you can find me on Twitter at NikkiNick9384. Actually, since the show's wrapping up, I'm going to be tweeting about Real Housewives of Orange County. So you can follow me there. And as Jay said, get your read on, get your drink on, get your workout on with Reebok. Yes. And also, let's not forget, we still have Eva's fundraiser going on. Her first competition is on Saturday. So be there. She dances at 8:30 in the morning. So
can we get some video? You're going to be there. Can we get some video to post?
Yes, I'm going to video. If they allow video, I will video. I will give the update. We'll see if she wins. Of course, it's pinned to my Twitter page. So again, $5, $10, anything. The big one is Nationals in July. So it is very much appreciated.
Huge. Love it. Love it. Nikki, unbelievable work. You're doing great stuff. Great stuff. And D, you're all over, man. You're rocking and rolling like you always do. You got your top 5 Fridays. And did you get a good one for this week? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I got a few different ideas. I got some good ones. I haven't decided on one yet. So I'm still waiting for some more suggestions. So if you have a suggestion on what I should do for my top 5 Friday, if you're not familiar with this, where I count down top 5 from any sports topic. So last week I did the top 5 NBA dunk contests of all time. Yeah. I did a video, and I also did an article on 3andthreepodcast.com that you can check out as well. So
I have an idea.
Okay. You want to go ahead and say your idea?
Let's say
it. Okay. Top 5 reasons why Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You're gonna ruin
everything. I'll go ahead and do my top 5 reasons why Eli Manning should not be in the Hall of Fame.
You fuel the fire, Nikki. That's it. That's perfect.
Thank you for the muse that you are, Nikki, for bringing this idea to my life. I do those videos. You can see it on Twitter at The Real Deal WDA. That's on all social media platforms. So Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm even on there. It's very limited on TikTok though. So if you don't follow me on there, I won't be offended. But follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all the other places, and I will be there. My podcast is called The Real Deal with Damian Adams. All right. So go ahead and subscribe to that one. Keep that good content in your life. It's good for your blood pressure. It brings it down. So after you listen to this episode, go ahead and subscribe to The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Put the full thing when you search it, like a pimp named Slickback. Put The Real Deal with Damian Adams. You'll go ahead and find it. And plus, go ahead and get our content on 3andthreepodcast.com. You can drink the beer and then work off that calories that you gain from the beer and your Reebok exercise gear. All right.
Perfect.
So go ahead and do that on 3andthreepodcast.com.
We got everything you need, baby. Wonderful. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. Great show, guys. Guys, you can find me on Twitter predominantly at Sports Prophet 1. That's where basically all of it's going on. And 3rd and 3 podcast is where it's at. But I also definitely would recommend you guys going over to the sports column and checking out what they got going on over there. They present our show. Our show is on there every single week and everything. But yeah, 3rd and 3 podcast, a lot of things happening over there. And like we said, we got March Madness and we got the NFL mock draft. So we're getting you guys involved. We want you to be involved. It's a lot of fun. The more, the merrier. So bring it on. We'll see you next Wednesday evening, guys. I don't know what the hell we're going to be talking about, but we'll be talking about it. But it won't be Aaron Rodgers. It won't be Aaron Rodgers. We know that. That's the buzzword. And you got to put in money in